Hey everybody, Dr. Frost again. You know, we're doing this series called Head to Toe Aches, and this episode is low back pain. Well, interestingly enough, I'm experiencing a significant amount of low back pain as we speak. I always use the example of a cardiologist doesn't need to have a heart attack to be a cardiologist, but it gives them empathy. So today, I have personal empathy for you if you have back pain. We're going through this together and what I'm talking about. So the two most frequent causes of back pain are what I call BLT, which is what I did yesterday, and I'm bending and then I'm twisting and I'm lifting repetitively, BLT. So that creates all sorts of problems with the tendons, the ligaments, and the muscles. They tighten and bingo, we have low back pain. The other thing is just our posture. We have gravity pushing down on us. We have 100 pounds of upper body weight. That meets the ground, and guess what? Center of gravity is right here. That's why we always talk about core and low back pain, and that's why it's so common. And sitting is the worst because that puts the most pressure on the low back. So what do we do about it? Three things. Number one is motivate. Second, lubricate. Third, alleviate. What does even that mean? I need you to be motivated because it hurts. And when it hurts, we don't want to do anything. And I always tell people the reason you shouldn't is the reason you should. So you say, I shouldn't do that because it hurts. And I'm saying, because it hurts, you should do this. And one of the easiest things you can do, go for a walk. Even if it hurts, 10 to 20 minutes on even ground, no hills, no stairs, but go for a walk. Why? Because this creates lubrication in the joints. And as the joints start to lubricate, they start to move better. The muscles start stretching and contracting appropriately, and we get some alleviation. The other thing I'm going to teach you is how to help lubricate these joints. So I'm going to show you 3 exercises today. These are called roll up, roll down, roll over. So let's get started, and we'll do those together. So I'm going to begin with the first 2 called roll up and roll over. Now, this is interesting because we're going to do this in real time together because I have back pain, and so typically I would have an attractive younger yoga person demonstrating these exercises, but since I'm the one with the pain, I'm going to be the model. So here we go, and the one thing I'll say to you is I'm here on a therapy table, which is higher and wider. You're going to not have that available to you most likely, but you can use the floor or the bed. My caveat is if you use the floor, make sure that you have a process to get up from the floor. If not, these are better done on the bed. So the first 2 we're going to do is roll up and roll over. So I'm going to get down on the table, head back. Do you see my knees? This is a position of comfort. But the first one is roll up. So what I want you to do is bring the knees up towards your chest with both hands holding the knees, and I just simply want you to make some counterclockwise circles. Do about 5 of them, and do it in one direction, and you'll almost feel that pain being rolled upon, and that's a good thing. And then go in the opposite direction and do 5 circles in the opposite direction. Very easy, right? But we're opening that low back area up, so important. Second thing is I have right-sided low back pain. Because of that, moving to the right is painful for me, but I want to move as far as I can in a pain-free zone. But the minute it starts to be painful, I stop there. Now as I move away to the left, which is less painful, I can go much further, as you can see. When you do this, keep your arms out for balance. I've got my head up because I'm talking to you, but your head would be down. And do the roll overs 3 to 5 times. And each time that you do it, try to go a little bit further and hold it just a second or 2 longer. Okay? Now we're going to move to the roll down. Okay, now we're going to do what I call the roll down. If you notice, all of these exercises are based on opening these joints spaces up. As we open the joint spaces, the joints move, they lubricate, and as they lubricate, your pain alleviates. And you'll notice, as I've noticed just doing the first two, that I feel better already. And by the way, I'm going to say this now, do these 3 to 5 times a day. Only do 3 to 5 repetitions, but do them 3 to 5 times a day. So we're going to talk about the roll down. The roll down is very easy, and it depends on how bad your pain is. Do you notice I have 2 balls, one's very small, one's a little bit bigger. The more pain you have, the harder it will be for you to roll down. So the size of the ball that you use or object that you use may be larger depending on your pain, or smaller depending upon your ability to move into other motions. So let's get started. First thing I want you to do is get your knees at about 90 degrees, sit comfortably, and I'm going to start with the big ball. So I'm going to put the ball, I'm going to roll down and put the ball on the floor right at my heels. And then I'm going to roll back up. And then I'm going to roll down again, but this time I'm going to move the ball forward, right about at the mid-arch of my foot. I'm going to roll back up. I'm going to roll down again, and this time I'm going to put the ball right there at my toes. Now, do you see it's harder for me to get that far? So I'm going to show you the beginning of the second series, but know that this is a little bit painful for me. So you roll up. If you can still do it, move your feet 1/2 a step further out. This will engage more of the hamstrings and more of your low back muscles, and do the same exercise. The ball down at the heel, the ball down at the midfoot, the ball down at the toe. But do you see now I'm really stretching, and I'm not sure I can get the ball to the ground right there. But I know I couldn't go any further. So now I'm going to roll up, and if you can, only if you can, get a smaller object or ball, bring your feet back to 90 degrees, your legs and knees back to 90 degrees, take the small ball, put it at the heels, put it at the midfoot, put it at the toe. You see how much easier I'm moving now? And now I'm going to go to the second one. I'm going to come a 1/2 foot out. I'm going to go to the heels. I'm going to go to the midfoot. I'm going to go to the toes. This is amazing even for me, because we just demonstrated in real time with real symptoms how hard that was for me to get that ball to the floor. And here I've got this small ball to the floor. So there you have it. 3 simple, easy exercises that will help you immensely. I hope that helped you. It certainly helped me. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.